other people around the studio here are sick for different reasons.
I don't feel great either.
You don't feel good either?
Not great.
Or it could be viral.
It's possible.
You know this thing that's going on in the middle west of the country, where there's a bacteria, a strain of bacteria that started in the hospital in the middle of the country, and it's going to spread across the United States and maybe be bigger than the influenza pandemic.
No, I haven't heard about that.
Well, I just made it up.
Ah!
But I did hear that the avian flu is really a serious thing.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, because apparently it's in the swine now in China. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, so it's moved over to swine. It's not
swine,
just...
and for some reason, swine is more. There's more chance of a human contracting it from swine in China. I don't want to say anything about the Chinese people.
No.
But there's more chance that they will get infected by swine than avians, which are really birds, let's face it.
Why do you think that is?
What?
Why do you think that is?
Well, because swine have filthy, swinish sex.
I never thought about that.
Who wants to fuck a bird?
It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good
so
point.
you see these poor Chinese people, peasants, you know, they're not told what's right or wrong.
Okay.
Anyways, I should explain my face. Because I feel like Ted Kennedy. Because you know how huge it's getting?
Yeah.
All my, every time I eat something, you know how it goes right to your hips? Mine goes right to my head.
So true.
Yeah, and so I feel people think I'm a drunk or something because now, since you led me on that long walk for autism or whatever the fuck we went on.
It was for a sandwich.
Yeah, for a sandwich. So I live in my apartment and never go out.
Right.
And you come over and you go, let's go get a sandwich down the block.
Right.
So we walk a block, and then the sandwich joint is too full. We go, let's walk further down.
Right.
So we go down Abbott Kinney, and then every place we go, what happens?
Well, they were either packed, closed, or it was like, you know, vegan food, which you avoid like the swine flu.
Yeah,
so,
I can't eat vegan food.
No.
Billy Bob eats vegan food.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one place wasn't great. They tricked us, I think.
Yeah, they tricked us because we went into the restaurant and it was all like high tone, like modern colors and everything.
Yes.
And there weren't any smelly hippies around.
No.
So we figured, oh, this is a regular restaurant. And then everything on the menu was, I go, you have Coca-Cola? They go, we have cola.
You know, it was like organic cola.
Yeah, it was organic cola.
Yeah.
So I feel drinking organic cola the entire time would just make me think about how it was not Coca-Cola.
Right.
Right? God, this Coca-Cola is great.
Is it helping?
You know what's interesting? I used to go to comedy clubs, right?
Right.
I mean, I still do. I'm a stand-up comic.
Of course.
I can prove it. And sometimes an establishment will have only Pepsi. I don't know why. But they'll go like, you'll go like, can I have a Coke? And they'll go, is Pepsi okay? And you go, no, it's not good. Because I think they're under the impression that if Coke is your favorite beverage, then Pepsi should be your second favorite beverage, whereas in fact, it's your least favorite.
Right. That actually makes sense to me.
Yeah. And then also, when they have Pepsi, they have they're like, what about, would you like a Muggs root beer? And you're like, I'm not 8, you know, I don't have a fucking root beer. And then
I like root beer.
the guy goes, like, what about Sierra Mist? Well, that's funny. I was going to ask for that. I'm glad you brought that up. I daren't. Whose favorite beverage is that?
Nobody.
Go, hey, man, I have a pork chop. What do you want with that, sir? You got any Sierra Mist? No. What kind of fucking horse shit is this? Honey, get your coat. I don't know what I'm talking. I'll pull the car around, you get your coat. These fuckers don't have no Sierra Mist. Anyways, I don't know what we're talking about. Anyways, I should explain my face. Because I feel like Ted Kennedy. Because you know how huge it's getting? All my, every time I eat something, you know how it goes right to your hips? Mine goes right to my head.
So true.
Yeah, and so I feel people think I'm a drunk or something because now, since you led me on that long walk for autism or whatever the fuck we went on.
It was for a sandwich.
Yeah, for a sandwich. Yeah. So I live in my apartment and never go out.
Right.
And you come over and you go, let's go get a sandwich down the block.
Right.
So we walk a block, and then the sandwich joint is too full. We go, let's walk further down.
Right.
So we go down Abbott Kinney, and then every place we go, what happens?
Well, they were either packed, closed, or it was like, vegan food, which you avoid like the swine flu.
Yeah, so, I can't eat vegan food.
No, that one place wasn't great. They tricked us, I think.
Yeah, they tricked us because we went into the restaurant and it was all like high tone, like modern colors and everything. Yes. And there weren't any smelly hippies around.
No.
So we figured, oh, this is a regular restaurant. And then everything on the menu was, I go, you have Coca-Cola? They go, we have cola.
It was like organic cola.
Yeah, it was organic cola.
Yeah.
So I feel drinking organic cola the entire time would just make me think about how it was not Coca-Cola.
Right.
Right? Yeah, this Coca-Cola is great.
Is it helping?
You know what's interesting? I used to go to comedy clubs, right?
Right.
I mean, I still do. I'm a stand-up comic.
Of course.
I can prove it. And sometimes an establishment will have only Pepsi. I don't know why. But they'll go like, you'll go like, can I have a Coke? And they'll go, is Pepsi okay? And you go, no, it's not good. Because I think they're under the impression that if Coke is your favorite beverage, then Pepsi should be your second favorite beverage, whereas in fact, it's your least favorite.
Right. That actually makes sense to me.
Yeah. And then also, when they have Pepsi, they have other, they're like, what about, would you like a Muggs root beer? And you're like, I'm not 8, I don't have a fucking root beer. And then
I like root beer.
The guy goes, like, what about Sierra Mist? Well, that's funny. I was going to ask for that. I'm glad you brought that up. I daren't. Whose favorite beverage is that?
Nobody's.
Hey, man, I have a pork chop. What do you want with that, sir? You got any Sierra Mist? No. What kind of fucking horseshit is this? Honey, get your coat. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll pull the car around. You get your coat. These fuckers don't have no Sierra Mist. Anyways, I don't know what we're talking about. But we're really excited because Billy Bob is here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
God damn, I got questions for him and shit.
He's such a good actor.
Huh?
He's a great actor.
I thought he was a great director.
He's a great director too, but I enjoy his acting in particular. We saw Bad Santa a couple nights ago together.
Yeah.
Well, Thursday.
So you feel that your way of insulting him as a director is to say how good an actor he is?
No, that wasn't my intention at all. No.
You said he's a great director, and you said actor.
No, I said no. He's also a great director.
It's one of those guys that do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some guys that can do like 5, 6 things. Then there's guys like you. I'm just saying it evens out. In the long run, it all evens out.
Yeah.
But he reminds me of one of those old-timey dudes that was like a Renaissance man, good at a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jack of all trades, absolutely.
What's that?
Jack of all trades, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Master of none? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Well, that's the second part of that expression.
I purposely omitted the second part of that.
Because I think he's one of our great. I think he is our greatest director.
What?
Why do you find that so ridiculous?
I thought you were.
Because Sling Blade, I think, is the best movie.
Sling Blade was unbelievable.
In my generation,
that never gets
and he
old.
directed it.
Yeah, and wrote it and starred in it.
Yeah. I'm getting woozy. On Saturday, you went to that place.
Yeah, India. Yeah, on Friday and Saturday, I went to Coachella.
You went to India.
Yeah, Indio.
India.
No, not India. Went to Indio, California.
Yeah.
To Coachella, to the music festival.
Coachella, where the damn dirty hippies are.
Sure, there's a lot of different sorts of people, and they mingle and what have you, and take drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But
are they still against Wall Street?
I'm not a hippie.
No, but
No, I'm not. Yeah, I mean.
I remember when that Occupy Wall Street started.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was going to win.
Of course it's going to win. They didn't
I
stand a
figured Wall
chance.
Street had a much better chance of winning that particular
Yeah,
battle
sure. Absolutely.
than a bunch of guys. And also, I don't know how I feel about hippies taking over Wall Street and then putting all the money in fucking hacky sack or whatever.
That's a good point. I never
But
really
I
thought
don't know.
about that way.
I don't know anything about the stock market.
I obviously don't either.
None of us know anything.
No.
Me, you.
No.
What about when you look at it like the Nasdaq is up? You're like,
Yay!
Yay! It's up. I don't like when it's down. That's what I say.
It's the worst.
That's
you
my.
never want it down.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Either way, I'm broke. Doesn't really matter. Looking around, I noticed this Saturday. I don't know if you're aware of it. Was 420, and so it was a madhouse over there.
It's April 20th?
No, 420. Yeah, it was April 20th, but 420. You know 420.
No, what's that?
How do you not know? You've never heard of 420?
Yeah.
Well, it's a big deal. I mean, it's real popular in the culture right now, and everybody's wearing 420 shirts, and you see 420 bumper stickers, and everyone's talking about it. I frankly, I was a little embarrassed too.
Where did they come up? Why is it 420?
Well, I was wondering the same thing actually, because years ago I saw it for the first time, and I never bothered to look it up. But I figured since I'm on the podcast with you now as your sidekick, I thought I'd maybe research it.
You researched
researched
something?
420, the origin of 420. Finally answered my question.
We're not supposed to research anything?
Well, I was told differently.
Well, how am I supposed to carry on an intelligent conversation when I didn't research it?
I mean, you got a computer. Look, I'll be honest. I just Wikipedia'd it. You can just.
Okay, I'll fucking research it. What's it called?
I think I broke your computer, Daniel.
What is it? What is it?
Just dump it off the top of it. Dump it out.
You just go on Wikipedia. Go on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And go to 420.
Okay.
And then type in 420 origins. Or just type in 420. That's all I did.
Okay, I got it.
All right, good. So now we're on the same page, right?
Right.
You're on there?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what they say. 420 is a code term used primarily in North America that refers to the consumption of cannabis and, by extension, a way to identify oneself with cannabis subculture.
That's not what mine says.
What does yours say?
Mine says 420 was the birthday of Austrian-born German politician and the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, a fellow went by the name of Adolf Hitler.
Observances based on the number 420 include smoking cannabis around the time 4:20 p.m. as well as on the date April 20th.
No, what date is that? What year?
This was around 1970.
No, this is 1945. What kind of computer do you have?
It's a Mac, Norm. It's a Mac.
Mine's a Dell. I like a Dell.
I know, we covered that.
But this guy, there's a picture of him. Adolf Hitler, very compelling kind of a figure. Odd looking duck, but there's something about his eyes. Hypnotic.
Anyway, a widely discussed story says that a group of teenagers in San Rafael, California, used the term in connection to a fall 1971 plan to search for an abandoned cannabis crop that they had learned about.
Huh? His eyes are almost entirely black. He was a decorated veteran of World War I. And he joined the war. Hold the fort. He hated Jews.
These guys, they plan to meet precisely.
You know what he reminds me of? Dave, my best
your
friend
buddy.
Dave.
Yeah, I know Dave.
That guy hates Jews.
He sure does. I hear about it all the time.
I'm thinking of breaking up our friendship.
It's probably a good idea.
But anyways, you know what? I'm sick of these kind of characters. I think we should kill Hitler. Me and you go suicide, kill him.
Yeah, it's like died 50 years ago, probably.
Did he? I didn't
Yeah.
even know he was sick.
He wasn't. Well, no, that's fine.
I wish I could find a Hitler of today and go kill him. We'll be back with Billy Bob Thornton. I finally saw it, I was like, holy God. And then this is what I like too about it. There's a million things to like about that movie, everybody knows. But that I think whatever you call him, a retard or whatever word you would use for Carl, killed a guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any other retard in any other movie ever killed a guy. And yet in real life, serial killers, I mean not serial killers, but killers of a lot, are sub-level IQ usually. They're not, you know what I mean? Like they usually portray the killer as Hannibal Lecter.
Like an evil genius.
Yeah. In real life, they're guys with 50 IQs. That
Right.
Did Lenny kill a guy, I think?
Well, Lenny killed rodents and things.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess he killed a guy, didn't he? I don't remember. It's been a long time, but I know he.
It's been a long time.
I think he petted a rabbit to
yeah,
death.
he petted a rabbit to death.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why'd you have to send all the other example?
I apologize.
What was your cross-country bus trip like?
Yeah, that's not.
The one I know, the one she's talking about. I had several. The one on this trip she's talking about, I just didn't have any money. I went from Little Rock to San Diego. It was in like '77, and there was this girl on the bus, and we stopped at the bus station. And when you're on the bus, they stop at like every little stop. They pick up mail, and you go in, and some of them have a buffet.
Right, right.
Well, they had some peach cobbler that looked great to me, and I was like this long-haired, skinny little freak, and starving to death all the time. And so this peach cobbler was pretty inviting, so I got it. My buddy Tom, who was with me, he said, I don't know if I'd eat that. It looks awful. We get back on the bus, and then when you go through West Texas, there's literally nothing until you get to this town called Big Spring, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going across the desert, and the bus driver always tells you the next stop is 250 miles or whatever. So it's at nighttime, and there's nothing out there. It's pitch black. And so I kept eyeing this girl who was sitting up in the front. I was sitting in the back being bothered by this guy who said he was going to pick up a truck somewhere and wanted to know if I wanted some whiskey. It was a bizarre guy. And anyway, it was the beginning of one of those movies, And why don't you come to my cabin? So anyway, this girl looked really good. And so I wanted to talk to her. I says to Tom, I think I'm going to go talk to the girl. He goes, why not? We're on a bus. She can't escape, So I go up and I sit down next to her, and I start talking to her, and she liked me, which was great. And so I just kept talking to her, and I think I told her I was in Thin Lizzy. But anyway, obviously not the singer.
It's 10, right?
Thin Lizzy? Yeah, the band.
Thin?
Right, yeah.
Phil on.
Yeah, right. And so one way or the other, I was trying to impress her, and I was trying to think of somebody that she might not know, but she kind of heard of. I couldn't say I was in the Beatles.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, while I'm sitting there with her, all of a sudden it felt like somebody had stabbed me in the gut, with a knife, and my stomach started making, the noises that there ain't no denying, what's happening, you know what I mean? And I mean, just horrible. God, it's something like I had a wildcat in my stomach. And so, and then that moment hit me when I knew I've got awful food poisoning or something. This is not good. And if I don't get up now, it's going to be too late. And here I am sitting by the girl. Not a real good first impression. So I get up, and I can't show you here, but the legs together, ass squeeze walk. I'm doing that all the way down the bus aisle, And so I get to the bathroom, and the bathroom in a bus, it's just the little corner back there.
Right.
And there's a seat right next to it that's smaller than the other seats. It's like a two-person seat right here, and then no seats over here. So I go into the bathroom just in the nick of time, seriously. Like literally on the way down to the toilet, I'm already spraying the place. And so I get down there, and there's the lock is off. There's no handle, there's no lock. Oh. The door just kind of goes like this, and there's this old couple sitting out there. And so I'm sitting in the toilet holding this little knob with 2 fingers, and people are trying to come in, when you're in the bathroom, people are trying to do it. So I've got it with 2 fingers, they got a whole handle out there. So they get to open it like that far, you know what I mean? And so then they see me sitting there, looking like Charles Manson. And one way or the other, just nasty, horrible explosions, and a very, very bad trip. And then there was no toilet paper.
Oh.
Used my underwear, they went in the trash can, and then pulled my pants back up and went back by Tom and never saw the girl until we got to Big Spring. And I didn't, you know, go up to her or anything. I just went in the bathroom and sort of cleaned myself up. But it was, I mean, most people won't tell stories on themselves like that, but I don't really give a shit.
I love it.
When you win the Lincoln Center Award, you should tell that story.
That's great.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? If I ever get to meet, like, you know, the Pope or somebody like that, I'll say, hey, check this out. I got this crazy story. You're not going to believe this.
Yeah. Hey, you worked with Burt Reynolds
Yes, I did work
on
for
the
Burt Reynolds.
TV show. Right?
Yeah, on Evening Shade, yeah.
Do you have any crazy Burt Reynolds stories?
No, not really, because, you know, Burt, Burt had some wild times and everything. For some reason, he kind of took me under his wing, and he always liked me, you know, and he actually helped me a lot in the beginning, and he was always really good to me. He did hit me one time live in front of an audience, and I couldn't breathe, and I couldn't say my lines.
Slap?
He hit me with an open hand, but in the lung, and he's got arms like Popeye, you know, those big forearms. And in the thing, I'm supposed to hit him. I'm supposed to slap him on the back and say something which pisses him off or whatever. And I come out there before the live audience, and when we rehearsed it, he said, I'm an old stunt man, so hit me as hard as you can. And I guess I hit him really hard because his natural reaction, I guess, was to hit me in the lung. And I couldn't talk, and they had to sort of suspend the big show for a few minutes while I got my breath back. But other than that, yeah, he was always really good to me.
Yeah, I always try to get him. Like whenever I had anything, I go get Burt Reynolds. Like he'd be the coolest. And then people go, no, you don't want to work with him. He's crazy. And then I go, no, I do want to work with him. I don't want to fucking work with you.
Yeah, right.
like crazy. It seems like such a dismissive. Don't you think like people have been denied work and shit just because people go, that guy's crazy?
Yeah.
And it has no meaning to it really.
Yeah.
It usually means creative to me or something.
That's right.
You know, or he's difficult. Who wants to work with some fucking simpleton?
Right.
You know what I mean? But it seems in Hollywood like
That's usually the case.
yeah.
I've found that, yeah. I found that usually when somebody says, oh, you don't want to work with this person or that person, they're very difficult. It usually means they don't want to do stupid shit. They want everything to be right. And, I mean, maybe not all cases, but, you know, and like you said, you know, usually when they say, oh, somebody's crazy, but craziness is part of being an actor. I mean, whatever they call crazy. I mean, you wouldn't want to get like a guy like Jeffrey Dahmer or something like that. I mean, you wouldn't want anybody who might eat you at lunchtime, you know. But that was his name, right? Jeffrey Dahmer?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, got killed by a broomstick raped to death.
Really? That's
They
smart.
say it's one of the worst ways to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's on the list of the 1,000 ways. Yeah, that's
They say drowning is very peaceful. Broomstick rape.
not good. Yeah. Well, how did you and Norm meet? I said, I always would end up, you know, it's not like we hung out at, you know, the deli every night together, but Norm and I always ended up at these functions that we kind of had to be at. And I said, well, probably the way Norm and I really bonded was because we were the only other person that we wanted to talk to there.
Right.
Like we'd just end up in the corner talking to each other because we'd be looking around thinking, why are we here? You know, when we did Armageddon, you know, it was like the first time I'd ever been in a big movie, you know, and so I was sitting there with Owen Wilson, and Owen, not many people knew Owen at the time. He wasn't as big a deal yet, and Steve Buscemi was there, and Will Patton, and we were all sitting over here, and here's like, you know, Jerry Bruckheimer and Michael Bay and Bruce Willis and all these cats, and I was sitting over there, and Buscemi was looking over at Owen, and they was looking at me, and all of a sudden Buscemi looks at me and he goes, what the fuck are we doing here?
That's a great Buscemi.
That's a good Buscemi impression.
Your OCD, does it get worse when you get stressed, like when the stress increases, right?
It's worse when you don't have anything to do. Mm-hmm. You know, as long as you can focus on something, you're okay.
Right.
But there was a guy who had, what's the thing where you bark?
Tourette's.
Yeah, Tourette's, yeah. I knew a guy who had Tourette's, you know, which is a really bad affliction. I mean, it must take up a lot of energy, you know, and everything. And there was some cat, I think up in the northern states somewhere, I can't remember, but he was a theater actor. And as long as he was on stage, he didn't bark. But as soon as he came off stage, he would bark, and he was also an archer. And so he would he would bark, and he would draw a bead on the bullseye, hit the bullseye. It was great, you know. And as soon as he would hit the thing, then he would throw his head back and start cussing and barking and stuff. It was pretty funny, yeah.
I could watch that guy for hours.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I can do stand-up, and then when I walk through the crowd, I'm all freaked out.
Right.
And then I'm on stage. But when I'm on stage, I just feel alone. I think that's why. And I don't look at anyone, and you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
And I'm in complete control.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm talking to myself.
So that's not scary being a stand-up for you.
No. You know what? I think like people's fear, like they always go like, number one fear, public speaking.
Right.
To me, it would be bowel cancer or something. But, like I sometimes,
That's good.
sometimes I'll go like I'll be in a cab and then I'm talking to the guy's the funniest guy I've ever met. You know, he's like, I don't know how you do it. You know, I'm like, what the? You're way the fuck funnier than me. But I'm glad you think it's
That's
so
great.
difficult. You know,
Right.
because if it wasn't, like you know, I think of all my relatives that were great anecdotalists and stuff. You know?
Sure, yeah.
But there's this feeling that they can't do it. You know. And
Right.
they, of course you can.
I read, a little off topic, I had to ask you this. I read that you trained your parrot by playing Captain Beefheart album. I'm a huge Captain Beefheart fan, and I don't know, is that true? Or a bird?
I just wanted to see what would happen. Yeah, I had a minor bird.
Minor birds.
Yeah.
They're better than parrots.
Yeah, they're better because they can really talk.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly those African gray parrots can just talk to you like, you know, anybody. You'd be like you're sitting here talking with, you know, Mel Brooks or something, and there's this parrot, you know. But yeah, mine was a minor bird, and her name was Alice. She died about 4 years ago. She was she lived, you know, 10 or 12 years. She's a great bird, and she was. I had a roommate who hated my girlfriend, and the bird would say, we can say whatever we want, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So the bird would say, God damn it, I wish she'd get out of here. Because he would hear my roommate.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the inflection was good too. It was like, God damn it, you know, just like my roommate. And but yeah, I had to be gone one time, and I put on this loop of Captain Beefheart. She had a couple of things that sort of had that sort of Captain Beefheart sound, you know, that thing, you know, and she did a couple of things like that.
That's pretty cool.
But I just wanted to see what she would do if I played Captain Beefheart. I was supposed to play this bird CD that I got with her, you know, but I didn't play that. It was just kind of boring.
What if you came back one day and your minor bird was like, fuck me hard before my husband, Billy Bob Thornton, comes back home. That'd be bad. That's why I would never do that.
That was in a movie, wasn't it? Where like it was in a Pink Panther movie, I think, where the parrot told him where like the bad guy was or something because he was in there listening.
One of the Peter Sellers one?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit.
think that was in one of those.
No, the Steve Martin one.
You know, it was I was referring to the cartoon or the movie.
That was good. There's something that actors say to each other sometimes, and like even or producers or whoever they are, and maybe the public even says it, but they'll say they'll say, you really made some brave choices, and that was really brave of you to play that part. And I always thought, are you shitting me? But they get real serious.
Yeah.
It's like the people that stand there and look at a painting of a fucking stick or something and go, we see, it's like before the universe expanded and no, it's not. It's like some guy who really sold a bill of goods to you assholes. That's what it is. It's like, because it has his name on it. If I told you I painted that, you'd say, fuck you, you prick, that's horrible, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
Of
absolutely.
course.
But like, because, you know, Jean blah, 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 blah did it, it's like, look at that stick. Pretty amazing, right?
I used to do that because I think sometimes you think up something wise, right?
Right.
Just every person.
Yeah.
And then, like, I would say, like, so I'd think of something that was sort of wise sounding. Like, one time I thought of this thing, better sorry than safe.
Right.
So I told my buddy, I go, I thought this thing, I think it's pretty wise. Like, better sorry than safe. He's like, it sucks. So then I'm like, so now what I do if I think of it, I'll go, as Benjamin Franklin once said, better sorry than safe. And they'll go, yeah, that's good. And then I'll go, I said it, you fucker.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It would be great if we had, I mean, well, yeah, like that thing about being brave as a performer or whatever.
Or generous.
Yeah, right. Yeah, generous is another one, you know. But if, you know, it's brave to like chase a guy down who's stolen a woman's purse and beat her up and, you know, and you get stabbed a few times in the gut. That's brave.
Extremely.
You know, it's not brave to play, I don't know, George Washington or something like that. You know, did you see his Washington? You know, his Washington.
His Washington.
You know,
You know, people like pigeonhole you. This is going to sound retarded, but Adam Egan knows this. My dream is to be a country music writer.
It's true.
So I write all this country music, and then once, I'm friends with Billy Joe Shaver.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Isn't he the greatest guy ever?
The best.
And I wrote. It took me like 2 weeks to write the song to send to him, and then I didn't send it because his songs are so fucking good. And then I felt weird sending this graffiti over to him.
Oh, you should send it.
I
to
should
him.
send it.
I thought you did send it.
I never sent it. I cowered it out.
Yeah, you did.
I talked to him
Yeller.
because I go on the road doing stand-up, and I phone him, and he's on the road doing even worse gigs than me. Like, I go, where are you? He's like, I'm at Knuckle Busters.
Yeah, no, I know.
You're a fight going on in the
Exactly.
back and shit.
That's the shame of
And this
it.
guy's
Like,
brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the classic guys, you know, who are out there, like Billy Joe. There's a lot of cats in Texas, especially. You know, Joe Ely and Billy Joe and people like that, and Jimmy Vaughn. A lot of guys who are just classics, and they're only known in like these cult circles, you know. And he's one of the greatest songwriters ever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like you said, you'll see him playing at a place with like 60 people, and the guy won't give him his money at the end of the night and stuff like that, you know.
No, it's amazing.
You'd probably give him his money.
The stories I've heard, I would definitely give him his money.
But people hate country. You know, like sometimes people go like, country music, just your dog died and your wife left you and you're a drunk. And I'm like, well, that's life. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but you have to understand, these are really smart people telling you that. These are the people that like Pitbull. These are the people that think it's better to write one line and repeat it over and over in a song. That's a lot better.
It's all right to be very prejudiced against Southerners, right? I mean, did you feel that when you were in the South?
Oh yeah, I still feel it's. I mean, there's a prejudice in Hollywood against Southerners for sure. Yeah.
The way they're portrayed. And
Yeah, because for one thing, they let anybody portray Southerners. It doesn't matter. In other words, it's hard for me to get a job playing a guy from the Bronx, but you can get a guy from the Bronx to play a Southerner just like that,
Right.
and everybody thinks it's okay. And then they say, "Did you see that?" And he's doing that accent that doesn't exist. You know that. Well, listen here, I'm the chef, and boy, by this evening, I'm going to get you. And it's like. I grew up down there. I never heard anybody talk like that except on a cartoon, you know.
Brave performance.
Yeah, it was. Now that's brave.
Yeah,
You know,
seriously though.
Yeah, right.
It's shocking. But it's okay. They're allowed to do that.
Bill Bob's a vegan.
I didn't know that. I wish I could be a vegan.
Bill Bob's a vegan.
I didn't know that. I wish I could be a vegan.
Well, sort of.
I read in his book, but he hangs out in his backyard wanting to shoot a squirrel's eye out at 40 feet.
Yeah, but that's just. My father was killed by a squirrel, and so I have, no. But no, but yeah, I'm a vegan mainly because I'm allergic to so much. I'm allergic to wheat and dairy and shellfish and different things like that.
So that's not ethical at all.
Not really. I mean, and I do eat meat occasionally. I have turkey occasionally, and my little girl, she's 8. She won't let me eat fish because she has fish, and so every time she gets another animal, you can't eat it then. So for some reason, she doesn't give a shit about cows or turkeys. So that you can eat that if you want, but no fish, no chicken. Yeah.
Norm, he looked at a couple of the comments. He gathered a bunch of comments from the people on YouTube, and they said some pretty hurtful things.
Are you going to play it?
Well, yeah, I thought we maybe show him
play
what
it
it's
and show him what you're talking
let's
about.
let's roll the clip.
I care about the folks at home.
Right.
Daniel Kellison gave me a big bunch of comments. This
cool.
first one is from MonkFan72. He says, I love this podcast. It was great to see Norm Macdonald back, and Super Dave was the perfect choice as first guest. Lose the douchebag.
He's talking about me.
Well, we don't know if he's talking
He's
about
clearly talking about me.
you. He is talking about you.
Let's hear another one then.
All right.
Let's hear another one.
What's the deal with that fucking douchebag?
Are there any good ones?
I'll look.
Okay.
Not good. I found one.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a positive one. Thoroughly enjoyed it from top to bottom.
Great.
One minor problem. The set.
Oh.
It's just too distracting. Why are there so many clocks? We're not tuning in to see what time it is in Hong Kong. We're tuning in to listen to comedians doing comedy. Plus some douchebag, I don't know who he was, but I'd like to punch him right in the fucking face. That's what you think. We don't even know what the people think, right?
It's crazy. You know, well, first of all, here's what I would say. My advice to you, think about what douchebags get to do. Think about how, you know what I mean?
I do.
I would embrace it. I would embrace the whole douchebag thing, because that seemed to be the term that kept popping up. And I would just go with it. I mean, if you're going to be a
Pretty solid
douchebag, be the
advice.
best douchebag you can be.
Best douchebag I can be. That's great advice, actually.
You're a gay.
You know,
Exactly.
hell did I
I
know?
watch old 70s shows and shit, and it's amazing how real time everything is. Like Frank Cannon will get in his car, drive, you see the car, then the car parks, he gets out, he winds out, like everything. There's no quick...
Oh, no, never. And Cannon was fantastic,
Yeah,
because
Cannon,
Cannon weighed 400 pounds. And he would catch these guys. When he's going down the alley with his 38 up in the air like this, huffing and puffing, you know. And he was gigantic. And he would catch like these two, 18-year-old armed robbers or something, bust their heads together, and then go back and have a cigarette and say, well, that was a good day's work or whatever, and then freeze frame on him and a cheeseburger,
Then he went on to
amazing.
Jake and the Fat Man,
Right, exactly.
which was... I always thought that would be a tough call for the agent.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What's my character?
You remember Dramalog, right? It's like Dramalog. You know about Dramalog?
I don't.
Well, Dramalog was like the actors' sort of want ads, or I guess you might say, and for theater especially, but then TV shows and movies. And in those days, we didn't know that if they are advertising in Dramalog, this is not a real part. It's not in a real movie. I mean, maybe sometimes, but we would look through there and it would have these descriptions, and we used to think about like Pals virus. It would describe a guy that's like, this hideously ugly 6'6" creep, whatever. And the guy who's sitting at home and looking through the magazine, he goes, "That's me." Finally, a part for a hideous 6'6" creep, and so. And I would always, look through there for things for me, and I was like, a guy who just got here from Arkansas, or whatever.
I always wonder why they had to be so cruel in the credits, like ugly fat pig. It's like, well,
Yeah.
And we have a question from, look at these crazy names they have on the internet. Edward Smith. So he says, Billy, do you have any weight loss tips for Norm? I've become a big fat guy. I thought it was
Not
a good...
a big fat guy.
I gained 45 pounds since
Really?
It was my New Year's resolution. I decided it's so hard to keep New Year's resolutions. Why not go for one you'll... I've been eating and eating. It's sort of fun, but now I'm losing my breath a little.
Yeah, that happens because your diaphragm's pushed up
Yes,
into here. Yeah, that's
exactly.
all it is. But simple stuff is like two of the things that are the worst are the ones I'm allergic to: wheat and dairy.
Yeah.
Like if you
So
eat a
you're
lot
blessed.
of pasta, like if you eat a lot of pasta and bread, that's one of the bad things. It puts a lot of weight on you.
Fish
And,
sticks?
Yeah, fish sticks would probably, anything fried would be pretty bad.
Because those goddamn
'Cause
packages
you love
of fish
those, don't you?
sticks, I love them, and they
Yeah.
don't say when you're supposed to stop on the side.
They don't. That's what we need. We need more warnings. But if you, stop the wheat and dairy for a while, see what happens. And also, You know, if you want to, like if you have to look a little thinner, like suddenly for something, if you want your face to do that, put squeeze lemons in your water.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did have advice.
And take cayenne pepper. Eat a lot of cayenne pepper.
Didn't Dr. Doug have a thrombary embolism from cayenne pepper?
I have no idea.
You don't even know what Dr. Doug is. No. Hey, this is where we do the jokes.
Nice. I think there's nothing cooler than being a lone wolf, except at wolf picnics when you don't have a partner for the wolf wheelbarrow races.
Her California home, the mother of 14 children packed up and left their property in Palmdale after being asked to leave for not paying her rent for the month of April. The single parent, whose real name is Nadia Suleman, exited leaving a huge mess and the stench of urine inside the pad. Wait, it says here the urine has been traced back to Adam Egget.
I don't know.
A Georgia high school is planning to merge their formerly all-black and all-white proms into a single event. The theme of this June's dance, an evening of unbridled race war. That's pretty good.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I have a deal. What are they called there, where you get to have sex with a certain list of people? I should put that on there. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know. So my girlfriend and I have a deal where we have one celebrity that we can sleep with, and it's not considered cheating. Mine is that woman who plays Medea.
I don't know that.
It's Tyler Perry.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. So, no. In Kansas, a gay rights activist named Aaron Jackson paid $83,000 to buy a house across from the homophobic Westboro Baptist Church and had it painted rainbow colors. Mr. Jackson plans to recoup his investment by, well, actually, there's no plan. Have fun living in a hideous house in Kansas across from some vicious bigots. That's pretty good.
It's Earth Day, the one day of the year where you can jerk off outside and nothing bad can happen. I don't know what Earth Day is.
I'm not sure.
Not sure what Earth All right. So much of these are gay.
A new study shows that most men can identify a gay man by his face alone. It's the face that's buried in another man's asshole.
All right, Billy Bob Thornton's been our guest. Thanks a lot, Billy Bob. You're the best.
So
man.
nice to meet you.
Peace. Thank you for watching, everyone. Next week, Larry King. For updates, subscribe right here.